Give us what catalysts are going to be spurring this, earlier than expected rebound in travel. Is this revenge travel? Revenge, as people have been saying. Is it faster than expected vaccine rollout and ability to go back to normal? And how, of course, does this outlook change or get tweaked by the emergence not just of this Omicron variant, but by other variants that might emerge?
Absolutely. There's a lot of pent-up demand. People want to go and see their relatives, their friends across the world. It's a very international world these days. And there's also an appetite for going on holiday again. We haven't done this for a long time. So visiting friends, holiday travel is going to recover faster than anything else. So that's where we are going with this. Now, of course, the vaccination rollouts have helped, and that's been a prime catalyst for us in changing our forecast and expect a recovery faster. I hope this Omicron variant isn't going to impact all that much, especially as the health industry is looking at creating new vaccines for this. Um, GDP growth, trade growth, the standard things, of course, also important with this. So tourism, trade, GDP growth, vaccine rollout will all help for this industry to recover back to where it should be.
All right, Hank, tough is an understatement for the industry that you've been watching. The past couple of years have been hard, but make that digestible for our viewers here. How hard has it been? How much recovery has there been lately? And how much of that recovery is now at risk?
It has been a very torrid time. At some point at the start of the pandemic, international ASK, international traffic for airlines was down 90%. So we were seeing only 10% of normal activity. That has now come up somewhat. Globally, we're back to about 60% of where we were in 2019. And the recovery is continuing, but of course there are risks, as we've seen over the past couple of days with the Omicron virus. At the moment, we are expecting that the industry will return to 2019 levels by August 23. That's actually an improvement over what we thought several months ago, when we thought it was still going to be August 24. We've brought the projection forward. And that is, okay, there are risks. Omicron shows us that. But we were expecting those risks. We have had many variants. This is the first variant of concern as designated by the World Health Organization. So we are kind of building that into our scenarios that we are expecting for world aviation. There are, of course, differences between regions. China domestic traffic has been very high. In fact, has been running above 2019 levels, but it's very volatile. The Chinese government will stop travel if they discover new outbreaks. Domestic US is also about 90% of 2019 levels. In Asia, the levels are much lower and the recovery has been much slower. And in the Philippines, it is also a little bit slower even than in Asia. I think at the moment, the Philippines are only at about 30 to 35% of capacity as what we saw before the pandemic. So it is running a little bit behind. But there are good signs. We will expect eventually that the traffic will recover, but it is going to take a little while yet.
Apart from the traffic, the air traffic, how much more money can airlines have in their arsenal to continue with their operations, and how much of their fleet have they lost, and what's it going to be looking like post pandemic?
Well, losses among airlines, of course, have been huge. It's all red, or it all has been red. But we're seeing some positive things come up now. Some airlines have started to report operating profits again. So that helps. Cargo has been a bright spot in all of this. A lot of airlines are operating a lot of cargo, and airlines that operate cargo aircraft have actually been profitable. Airlines have parked a lot of aircraft. In the Philippines, there were 162 aircraft in service at the end of 2019. It went down to 10 in April 2020. It's now back up to about 100. So we are seeing progress there. But you can't go on indefinitely with this. Government help has helped, of course. Airlines have renegotiated. A number of airlines have gone into administration, especially in those countries where there has been little government support. South America, there's been a few of the very large airlines going going into administration in the
Hmm.
Philippines as well, of course. So that helps. They restructure their finances. Hopefully, they come out better at the other end. But we're still seeing bankruptcies, and there will still be a few more.